because they said that people they know have appeared in the media being accused of being looters. It's 2:08 a.m. So we're just hearing now from the locals here. I can't shoot their faces that they're trying to avoid being
nothing about the robbery or that Michael Brown was a suspect in said robbery. So that being known, and yet the media is still spinning it over and over and over. It's a part of race. It's embedded in this country. This country is built on race. People say this country is built on freedom and all this and the third. No, it was encoded in the laws that certain people weren't people. That were 3/5 of a person with tax purposes intended. Like, that is a known fact. So to people to go, this is a post-racial America, this and the third, then no, it's so much shit structurally like embedded within the fabric of the Constitution itself that's racism is embedded.
It's so smart. Can I explain the saying it?
Sure.
I think it's an important point, and I will include this.
Okay. Oh, wait, who are you with though?
I'm with Vice.
Oh, hell yeah, let's do Vice.
Me too.
Now I'm on the other side. Can you read that?
So the problem is that people don't trust the media right now is because the media is a part of the whole system that from the very beginning of this country has been embedded within it. Embedded within the Constitution itself is that racism is embedded in it. So black people from the very beginning, from the very start, when they said that we are here for liberty and freedom, they meant it for white male taxpayers. Black people were 3/5 of a person with tax purposes intended. So within the documents that founded this country that we base all our laws on, that in itself, racism is embedded in it. So to try to fix structural racism where we're going to do one little thing here or one little thing there, that's not enough. That's not how it works. To fix racism, you have to rebuild the system from the ground up. So even though you have things like the 13th Amendment, the 18th Amendment, you have different amendments that try to fix the racism embedded within it, you have to also with the people itself. You have the St. Louis Dispatch actually did a thing yesterday. Today they went over to Florissant and asked white people in Starbucks, what do you think about what's going on in Ferguson? First off, most of them weren't even watching the news and had no idea what happened, but they knew a boy was killed and their reactions were, well, what did he do to deserve it? I know he did something. That is embedded within the system. That is embedded within white privilege and within just the country itself, that people are bad because they deserve it. We have this whole puritanical system that is set up from the people who got kicked out of England for being too radical, that they were like, oh, you gotta go. That people who have bad things happen to them had them deserve it. And so since we must have deserved slavery, we must have deserved Jim Crow, we must have deserved 100-to-1 crack laws, we must have deserved the war on drugs, we must deserve racial policing. So now, if you would have that in mentality that black people, and it gets passed off from person to person and generation to generation, that black people deserve what happened to them, then when you go ask them, there is no questions. It's, well, wrong happened to them, so they must have deserved it. And that's why people don't trust the media, because the media runs with that same narrative, because if they try to do something fair and balanced, like Fox News says they do, if you try to run fair and balanced, you can't, because fair and balanced means, what does our audience want to hear from the news? What does our audience think the news is? And so we give them that. We don't, and that's the problem with partiality within news, partisanship in news. There's so much partisanship. You got MSNBC on the left. You have CNN that tries to be in the middle, but they're really more like Obama, middle right. And then you have Fox News, which is insanity. So that's the problem. No one's actually talking about the news. It's talking about what they think the news is, what they think of the news. There's no news channel that's saying, this is what happened, draw your own conclusions. That's the problem. We have made this country so bereft of critical thinking and thought and ability to process knowledge that the issue is going to be to get people to think about issues for themselves and go, here are the facts, draw your own conclusions. No, people go, well, so now what should I think? I'm going to listen to Glenn Beck. That's why they had the joke about when Dave Chappelle was talking about Ja Rule. He was like, why would people ask Ja Rule what he thinks on 9/11? Like, no one's asking for his opinion. No one cares about his opinion. No one wants to dance. I'm scared to death. that's the problem. We ask for people. We care about Kim Kardashian's opinion on. Someone's going to ask Kim Kardashian about Ferguson looting. No one cares about what Kim Kardashian thinks. What is Kim Kardashian? Not a political scientist. She's not a sociologist. She doesn't study history. No one cares about that. But for some reason, our country is built on deferring to authority. And the problem is there is no real authority. Everybody's authority is different. Some people believe a doctor. Some people believe Jenny McCarthy when it comes to vaccines. Some people believe Kim Kardashian when it comes to makeup. Some people believe scientists when they say this is dangerous and it has chemicals in it. And that's the issue, that there is no unified authority. We have Congress making decisions about environmentalism when the environment and their lawyers, they don't know anything about environment. They're not deferring to people who we trust, who have worked their lives to study something. We're not deferring to that. When it comes to racism, we're asking a panel of white dudes about racism. When it comes to sexism, we're asking a panel of priests about women's rights and women's reproductive rights. It's insanity around here. We trust people that aren't in the arena that they should be speaking in. And that's why we don't trust the media, because they're in the arena of blackness and black experience, and no one cares about the black experience until something bad happens, and then it's used as a tool to paint us as evil, as destructive, as animals, as everything else. That's why you had stuff like AP during Hurricane Katrina. White guy foraging for food, black people looting. AP ran with that. No one checked him. There was never an apology. There was never a retraction. That's the issue. And if we want to fix the issues, we have to fix the issues from the ground up. And it's the media's responsibility to be fair and correct.
Y'all have to show the unity that's been out there today.
And you have to show that. And you have to show the unity. You can't.
You got your
Vice is dope. No, Vice is dope.
Vice dope.
I'm curious.
Greg Thomas. Make sure you quote me. I am an information security engineer that works in Chicago. So. And I speak at diversity. I speak about diversity in technology and in hacker spaces. So, because I'm a hacker for a living. So, I speak about the fact that there's only 3-4 black dudes most, and it's 98% white males. So I try to increase diversity and talk about how we get more diversity in that field. So.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Yes. Yes, I am. MINOSSEC. Minosec. If you look at anything from like different B-sides conferences, I speak at those. All my videos and stuff are on there. So. Okay, cool.